Why is it convenient for people to always blame Wike for the problem in the PDP?
That's it now. That's it. That is it. You know, when people want to avoid their responsibility, they look for somebody to blame. That is why I told you yesterday, why do you play into their hands? You know that these things are very, very important. Why did you neglect it and expect people to keep quiet? Even if you go and conduct this convention, a Wike camp will go to court. A Wike camp will go to court against it. That's the truth. And then at the end of the day, what have you done? Will you blame APC for this one? Now, before the faction was created, which one was operating? Is it not Damagu?
Okay.
Good. Based on that, we can say yes, it's like in Libya, where you have two sovereignty now. But there was an authentic one that even the UN and the Western allies recognized. If you look at it from that perspective, why didn't this authentic faction do the right thing? They called for this faction from Abioyabi. They called for him to exist. Because if they have done the right thing, this other faction wouldn't have had something to hold on to before coming into office. You can see. If this thing were properly planned, there shouldn't have been a faction, because the faction does not have a place to hold on to. There will be no space for that faction to exist. But you created the lacuna. And that's what they are using today. You can see. So, if there is good governance in PDP, there won't be any faction.
But Barrister, there are factions now too.
Sorry?
There are factions in PDP. The problem is already there. Now, we have a situation where the Abdurrahman faction, the Wike faction, say, look, Ili Adamagu, we have expelled you. And we have a new chairman in the person of Abdurrahman. And we have a new board of trustees chairman in the person of Ma Ohuabonwa. Meanwhile, this faction is already divided into two between Damagum, who is the chairman, like you said, which faction existed before, the chairman, and Sam Anyao, who were in the same camp, but now they are split into two. So in the eyes of the law, which of these two factions is the authentic one for the PDP?
The authentic one is in fact, there's no authentic one now.
Because the other faction is split into two.
Yes, because they have already committed infractions. That's the truth. The other one is standing on a disabled leg.
Okay. Because you have the secretary who says my signature was forged.
Exactly.
You know, that is on one hand, and we have the national chairman saying, look, the convention must hold. We have people like Bukola Saraki rather, saying, look, that Ibadan convention should not hold, because if it holds, it's going to cause problem for the PDP and all of that. And he was chairman of the reconciliation committee set up by the party to reconcile the differences within the party. Now he's on one camp.
All his effort is now null and void. We are talking of this other man from Jigawa, who went to court.
Sule Lamido.
Lamido, yes.
Okay.
And his own case is still there.
His own case is still pending.
It's still there, yeah, it's still there. And the court have granted his prayer, so I hope you know. In PDP, there's no strong leadership. That's the truth.
But isn't Wike a strong leader?
Who is the leading now?
He's leading a camp on the PDP.
No, Wike is out of the... Wike is a spoiler.
He's a spoiler, but he's leading. Like we just said now, look, his position is that the zonal congresses, the state congresses, and local government congresses should be conducted before the convention proper. And that is your position too, as a lawyer. So why is Wike the problem?
Look, what you just mentioned now is what is already in the constitution of both the INEC and the parties.
Okay.
It's already there. So if somebody points it out, he has not made any fantastic...
This is what Wike is saying. So why is everybody blaming him?
I just told you here that whenever somebody has failed his responsibility, he will look for somebody to blame. Is that not true? Granted that Wike, yes, they have been playing the spoiler, but not in all cases. At times, you look at the message and leave the messenger. the point he's making, is it not true? Even the Damagu faction have not been replied in and convincing that, look, those things, it can go on. And I'm sure lawyers are advising Damagu. Lawyers may be telling him, don't worry, this thing, according to the constitution, this and that, and leadership, you know, you can elect your leader. In fact, even if you elect an armed robber, it's okay. So with that kind of advice, they will know. Until the matter gets to court, you now realize that you have made a fatal mistake. That's the truth.